It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through New York. It's the Panthers and the Giants. All that and more coming up next.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
With a chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And when he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 63 yards. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 6 yards away. And the Giants have struck first in this NFC title game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and doing everything in his power to follow through.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Lawrence will throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Jalen Waddle deep to return it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. 14-yard line, 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson will swing this out to Fournette. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. This is brought in at the 21. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Joseph Charlton and the punt team on now for the Panthers. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Room here to run. And he'll be at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His 1st catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A handoff, Fournette running left. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And on 3rd and 5th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And onto the field here come the Panthers. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Now Lawrence on first down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. Again, that's Hurst. And he goes out right around the 39. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second and 10, Lawrence. That's the tight end, Hurst with it. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Mooney. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. They'll run it again with Henry. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. And they'll accept that penalty.
Still third down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Lawrence. Oh, what a move. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On 2nd and inches, Lawrence. This will go to Henry out wide. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They call it a loss of a yard there. And 3rd and 1 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Lawrence going to throw again. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Draw play. This is Henry. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. And he's He's left with no option here but to throw it away. This offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. Trying to improvise. And he'll just get rid of it. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
In possession switching back to the New York Giants. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones. Let's go through goalposts.
First down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson off play action. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. Catch made. It's Moreau. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. On third down, Fournette. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it again with Fournette. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 43. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Fournette, a first down carry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Watson. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. DK Metcalf, 23 yards for the touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. A little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 25 on 2nd down. Lawrence throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack. Two minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Running from the gun with Henry. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And here's Joseph Charlton now,
as he's on to punt for Carolina. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Moreau, the tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Watson looks to throw again, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Watson.
That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins squaring off with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter.
And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From midfield now, Lawrence. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Again, it's Lawrence. And right side, Henry's got it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence. That's going to be caught, but puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this 3rd quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson.
This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. Up the gun, Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Panthers have recovered.
Working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down.
How about that for a call? Leading in the second half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson just beating the play clock. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Watson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? To the air yet again, Watson.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Watson on first down. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Inside handoff now to Fournette. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Watson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here on target to Hurst.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now Lawrence.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And New York set to take the field.
And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. Watson's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now a first down throw, Watson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off of play action, it's Watson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get this down to the 10. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Watson. Touchdown, Giants! DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants can just about book their place in Super Bowl 57 as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the 4th.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They set up the screen for Henry. He did it again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now Lawrence on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
To throw again on second down.
Lawrence, that's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Again, it's Lawrence.
Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Henry diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. A 10-play drive that time. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now out come the Giants.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
To try again after the sack. Watson over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Watson now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. On third down, Henry. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Now Lawrence.
Side, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lawrence's throw on target to Godwin here. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Lawrence going to throw again.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Lawrence. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. A final shot now for Lawrence. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.